Yeah, good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of your weekly issues-based current affairs program. We call it Platform because it provides a veritable platform to talk about matters that are germane to the socio-economic and political development of our nation, society at large. At times we go beyond the shores of the country to talk about issues that are international in outlook. My name is Muhyiddin Adeleke. Today we are going to talk about that syndrome that has really taken so many youth outside the country in search of greener pasture. Yes, Nigeria is a country with enormous human and natural resources. We all know that those resources can put it on a higher pedestal in the Committee of Nations and enhance our greatness. The country is rich in oil deposits and solid minerals. It is the potential, yes, it has that potential for technological advancement, and Nigeria's entertainment industry is booming, while the nation is a force to reckon with in the area of sports as well. What more, Nigeria's economy and population are the biggest in Africa. Unfortunately, there are challenges with the management of the country's huge as well as vast resources, while corruption in all facets of national life is not helping the matter. So we can go on and on and on, but I have with me in the studios a concerned Nigerian, a journalist who is going to talk about the syndrome, the migration of the most veritable, population, section of Nigeria's population, the most productive section, talking about Nigerian youth going abroad, moving abroad, going overseas in droves in search of better opportunities. And nobody will care if, because it is normal to migrate, no doubt about that. But migrating in search of the golden fleece is quite different from migrating because there are limited opportunities at home. So Adewumi Adekola is my guest on the program this afternoon, and I'm very happy to welcome you on board the platform.
Good afternoon, listeners at home. I want to greet you this afternoon. Welcome to another lovely edition of the program.
Okay, before now, I did say that it is normal, even within the country, you can move up north when you get better opportunities to thrive. You can move from the south to the north, and the more reason Fulani, or will I say cattle herders, normally move in search of the greener or pasture.
Grasses.
Yes, for the cattle to graze on. But in the recent past, we have been inundated with Nigerian youth moving in droves abroad. Can you take a look at this development? Is it heavy for national development?
Yes, good afternoon once again, listeners at home. Yes, if we look at the situation of the country now, the rate at which the youths are migrating out of the country is quite alarming these days. Most of them travel based on the situation of the country, thinking that by the time they go out of the country, there might be other opportunities to boom their economy, to make them better people in the future and all of that. But we can't say what they're doing is, nobody can stand to blame or to say what they have, the decision they have taken is wrong or not.
Okay, we're not going to that yet. We want to take a look at what they go through before they can travel abroad. You see, we have heard about so many tales of many of these youth crossing over to Morocco,
Yes,
wanting to
by
reach,
road. Some of
exactly.
them travel by
Many
through
die
water.
in the desert.
Yes.
Many even die in the high sea.
Mm-hmm.
So can you take a look at this?
Yes, by the time these youth come across the so-called agents or the travel agents,
the syndicate.
the syndicates, they put it to them that by the time you go through the forest, you go through the desert, you get to one country, from the country you take the buses. I mean, you take buses, you take a train. You don't need to go. And eventually, by the time they get to the middle of the journey, coming back home to Nigeria will be difficult. Going forward to where they are going to will be difficult. At the end of the day, they will decide that it is better for them to die in the desert. So a lot of people have died along the line when they by trying to get out of the country at all costs. The agents that want to take them out of the country will not let them know the exact thing they are going to face on their journey to the greener land. So eventually, some of the parents will go and sell their properties, their farmlands, their buildings, just to make sure that these children get out of the country. They want to say, okay, by the time my children goes to a foreign land, there's possibility that my life will be better as a parent. Because some of them have really invested all their life investment on their fortune on their children.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Ordinarily, is there any sin in wanting to go for greener pasture?
No. There's no crime in traveling. There's no crime in looking for better opportunities in life. Even within Nigeria, if you are a Yoruba, you might decide to go to the eastern part of the country if you discover that maybe there are more opportunities over there. You can live from
better
opportunity from Osun State here to Kaduna to River State to every part of the country. So going out of the country is not wrong, and there's nothing bad in it. The only thing is that before one embark on such a journey, you need to think very, very, very well, so that you will not regret at the end of the day. Because most of the people traveling these days, they have a kind of mindset. They have a kind of mindset before they embark on such journey. They have a kind of mindset that when I go out from this country to a better country, I will better the family background. I might be able to better my home family, my upcoming family. Okay. But along the line, it's my turn to be something else.
Okay, but some, as you rightly said, have that mindset that they even pick dollars on the streets of US, among others.
Oh, well, yes, like I said earlier on, the agent, I think the traveling agents are the problem here. By the time you go to them, maybe as a young graduate, you just discover that someone just plays a play card or a signpost that I'm an agent. If you want to travel, contact me on this number. As a Nigeria, because of the situation of the country, like we all know, the country is blessed. Let me put it that way. May God bless this country. So by the time they see such a play card or a signpost, they rush to the people. Oh, please, I'm this and that. I just graduated from the university. I want to. Okay. Have you got a job? No, I'm still searching. By the time you get to Kenya, by the time you get to the Europe, by the time you get to America, you will work and get money within a twinkling of an eye. You become a millionaire, you become a billionaire. So they will. By the time they put all this to them, they will decide that whatever it will take them to get out of the country, they want to go. Of which it is not as easy as they put it. Most of the people that travel out of the country, like I was discussing with someone sometimes ago, I said the economic situation of Nigeria is not only Nigeria that is battling with a kind of economy.
It is global.
It is global. It is a global thing now. By the time you travel to other countries, like even the UK, you travel to the US, every part of the world is experiencing economy downturn now. So, but now, because of what we are experiencing here in Nigeria, someone that has not traveled out before would think that Nigeria is the worst. So he or she want to go to other part of the world to see how it goes. And some of them want to go because of what they have had before, that I used to have an uncle that traveled to the UK. Within 2 years, he was able to build a mansion. He was able to buy this. He was able to buy that. And that was then. But looking at the economic situation of the whole world now, I want to say that the whole world is in trouble.
Okay, yes, let me just bring out a lesson. You have made a point today that we need to look well before we leap. That's very important because all that glitters
are no good.
So that is what we are saying. But what are the challenges many of these young people face, even abroad? Some will make it there. By all means, they will get there. But what are the challenges that you are likely to face if you enter a country illegally as an alien?
You see, I want to put this traveling of a thing into two parts. Number one, some people are fortunate. By the time they just go online, they might be lucky to see a kind of a credible agent. Not even agent this time around. I mean contacts. Like, you want to come to the UK, fill this form, contact this number. By the time they speak with the number, the contact they had, okay, the person might say, okay, there's job opportunity. If the establishment over there are the one that will send everything, the person will need to come down to the country, even including the visa fee
for skilled labor.
Okay, so that is the first part I want to say. There are people that just travel on gambling ground. They travel they don't know the bearing of what they are going there to do. But when you get to when you get overseas, if you see how some Nigerians are suffering, there was a situation in Nigerian. I think the person is from Ekiti. Okay. He came down to the UK. An agent brought him that when you get there within 6 months, few weeks, 6 weeks, yes, you'll be fixed. You will get a job opportunity. He go to the UK. You know, he traveled illegally. He doesn't have papers, so he will be squatting from one place to another, sleeping under the bridges, sleeping under the. You know, when I saw this guy, I was like, how would you have to travel down when you know you don't have anybody here to take you in? He said the agent said by the time they get to the UK that he will connect him with someone that will pick him at the airport. On getting to the airport,
nobody came.
There was nobody to pick him. So he became a nuisance. He became a wanderer over there. Then I asked him, what about your parents? Said the father and the mother are teachers. That he had to sell their farmland for him to travel. Oh, no. On getting there was nothing to show for it. If you get to to countries like what is it called? London now.
Yeah, UK.
There are a lot of Nigerians roaming about the street. And by the time the immigration pick them, straight, they just find themselves back in Nigeria. Yes, or they put them in prison. They deport them or they put them in prison. That is
the problem. So
they have to start all over again. If they some of them,
some will even be lured into criminal activities.
There are a lot of them going. There was a Nigerian that was caught when he got to the UK after the agent has promised him heaven and earth. On getting to the UK, it wasn't like the promise he had before he left the country. So he was looking for a way just to survive. He could not come back to Nigeria because of the shame. Because while he was going, they would have taken pictures that I'm on my way to my dreamland. Okay. On getting to the dreamland, it became something else. So he had to make it. It
becomes a mirage.
A mirage. So he went to join some hoodlums. They started selling in their end. He was caught. Instead of, in fact, we were even saying maybe they would deport him back to Nigeria, but no. He was put in the prison. He was put in the prison. While he was sharing his experience, I was almost moved to tears.
Okay, let's talk about the opportunities here, despite the challenges we are facing. Do we still have opportunities that could be explored in Nigeria instead of going abroad for the uncertainties? If you are traveling abroad, as you rightly said the other time, if you have
they don't pay tax here. Even these people go and pack debt from their compound. Let them pay 1,000 per month. Nobody will want to pay.
Okay, let's take this last call. Hello. Fine. Okay.
That's right. And in fact, we have to be taking money from the county.
Okay. Okay.
You see now, and your family here in Nigeria,
Okay.
and something
Uh, we, we,
to send
we,
money to them. They
okay.
don't want to look at people here.
Okay, we just have to let go of you today because our time is fast spent. We still have another program coming up shortly. At this point in time, let's say government should address the decayed infrastructures, the
Infrastructures
inequality and
and
poverty in the
poverty.
land must be well addressed.
Addressed.
Insecurity, unemployment must
Those
be
are
taken
the
care of
key points.
so that the youth will have something to do back home here. Electricity must be made stable. That's very important. And there must be good governance. Yeah, those that have the opportunity of taking a shot at governance must, do it very well with a view to making the country to grow. So at this point in time, I'd like to thank my guest, Adewumi Adekola, for finding time to be on platform today. All those who have called in to contribute, we appreciate all of you. Our editorial advisor is Abimbola Babatunde. I want to thank Titi Ajiboye, the announcer on duty, and not forgetting Funmi Ajodo on the other side of the divide. Until next week, when we shall be coming your way with another topic, I feel like coming back to talk more on Japa syndrome because it's something we'll have to address. Until next week, I am Muidin Adeleke, thanking you for being part of the show today.
You alive. On Ocean Radio. Ocean Radio.
Community radio at its best.
104.5 FM.
Stay tuned to Ocean State Broadcasting Corporation, Ileawiye, Okibale, Oshogbo, Voice of the West. Focus, our special write-up on distinguished personalities, notable places, and laudable efforts. Today chronicles the exploits of a citadel of learning and entrepreneurial skills, Ocean State Polytechnic Ire, as the institution marks its 38th anniversary. The piece, authored by the Media Relations Officer and Head of Department Mass Communication of the institution, Tope Abiola, is read from the studios. A mustard seed planted in 1992 has today grown into a giant oak tree. So goes for Osun State Polytechnic Ire, which emerged from a satellite campus of the Polytechnic Ibadan into an independent citadel of learning some 30 years ago. From lowly academic infrastructure but blended with well-trained staff, the Polytechnic was set up to face the challenges of the new millennium. The institution promptly attracted a student population trained in the best principles of academic discipline, infused with the requisites, moral, character, and intellectual resources to succeed among their peers anywhere in the globe. They are trained to be job creators and entrepreneurs rather than job seekers. Products of the institution are today thriving in all facets of life: politics, media, banking, science and engineering, information and communication technology, civil service, and academic. The 30-year journey of success did not start on an early ride, and indeed, the journey has been tortuous, but we focus on developing the academic and entrepreneurial skills of its students. Authorities of Osun State Polytechnic have not deviated in implementing the philosophy of its founding fathers in spite of